supposed to take away the unit, which is a very good counter pick to the 8 rocks. And so now Enigma Galaxy is just also going for a champion that also wants to be in the face of the opponents in the Xinjiao. We all know that Just G's evolution as a player was specifically mentioned during that series against BRU, because BRU's game plan every single time that they face against Enigma Galaxy is to just ban away Just G. Now Just G has another champion in the Xinjiao, and WRL, they have the opportunity to go for a caveat here, and their curveball is to put Haku on the Corki and would put the Jin for Luna. And so this is going to be a double marksman duel between the two teams, and again, the only thing that I have is if Enigma Galaxy will have access to the same early game that they were able to do during game number 1. I just don't see WRL having enough scaling in them to really be on par to Kai'Sa and Varus, right? Like at the end of the day, Kai'Sa is one of the long game queens that we have in the game. And also Varus is being built different now, right? Like Varus is no longer the poke type champion that will go online at 2 items. It's a hybrid build of the on hit of having that scaling as well in him. So draft being settled here, I'm liking the draft more now by KT.RY, just because it's no longer the Lux, but still I'm giving the one up to NGX just because of that Ornn pickup.
Absolutely. I mean, team fighting is just so good here for Enigma Galaxy for sure. They have a lot of potential to set up it perfectly for their side. KT.RY's adjustment is interesting though. Having the Jin into the mid lane for Haku means that he wants to dominate the lane against Aaron, and Luna is just very, very comfortable using the Corki as well, given that he has tremendous experience with this too. But Jin's interaction with Ornn though is a little bit conflicting, because when you use your ult, then Draw can just utilize the Call of Fortune and cancel you.
Same can be said with Nami's Tidal Wave, right? Like it's an easy target for you to just press that long range engage. But KT.RY again with their early game invades. NGX is just so prepared, and every single time that Daw is going to invade, NGX's task for Hyde is to get information, and he's getting information right now that Daw is starting the golems and is trying to snatch this away. And with that, NGX would have the perfect opportunity to respond however they want. They can go immediately, or just she can go immediately here in the bot lane to do the same thing, to steal away the resources from KT.RY Daw.
Yeah, and since Draw and Demon Cat are here into the bottom lane against Ratel, they can just easily deal with him as well, getting some plays and helping out Justy. In retrospect, it's still a net positive for Enigma Galaxy, and KT.RY needs to really step up right now. One of the ways they can actually patch this up is maybe trying to focus in mid lane, since Aaron for sure is going to have a hard time. Actually, it's Luna here in the mid lane just helping him out, but still the Corki is doing a lot of impact here for Luna.
Yeah, this is the second game that we are seeing Aaron's Kai'Sa. In game number 1, you saw the stat. He was the highest damage dealer, and one would say that he's very well deserving of the MVP. But at least in the way the game went, right? Like Aaron was the late game MVP for sure, but for the entire game, I'm really giving it to Draw. But at least now, KT.RY was able to slow things down. No early game advantage for NGX, and they're just saying that, hey, you know what, NGX, we can put up a better performance by just being patient and by just being disciplined. And again, this is the strength of Draw. Whenever you see an Ornn smashing his hammer onto his anvil, that just means one thing: he's creating an item.
Yep, and we'll have leverage into the laning phase without even going back into the base. That's just the beauty of the Ornn. Haku on this Jin being helped out by Nomel is actually good, because now they can just negate the pressure that normally a Renekton provides in the lane, and forcing Draw to actually be here as well. That creates opportunity now for mid lane, possibly for bottom lane as well. We do see Joshi though rotating here a little bit deep on the red side jungle of Daw.
Yeah.
Be careful though.
He won't be
see anything.
He won't be spotted by making sure that he goes by the corners. He won't be spotted by this vision from the Scuttle Crab. And then this is what Jashi is trying to do right now. He's just trying to maximize his Wild Rift IQ just to make sure that he doesn't get spotted by that zone. But nothing to be had here. But KT.RY is still very much disciplined. They know that Jashi is not seen on the map, and there's a potential for them to get engaged on, especially knowing that Haku does not have the best mobility in the game. Wisely, they just back away and just let the Renekton do his thing. And this Renekton is going to be similar to game number 1, in where his task is to go into the backline just in time to provide that immediate burst, especially knowing that, you know, this Renekton could be manning or it could be using very annoying cancel. But again, just going back to my point, Renekton with Kraken Slayer as his rune choice can really burst down the squishy members, and there are two targets for KT.RY that Hyde wants to pressure: Corki or the Jhin.
And Nigma Galaxy, with this composition, right, it's still going to be the same concern that we have against KT.RY. Team fighting for objective, because Nigma Galaxy has a very good platform right now to set it up for the team. Bottom side river secured with vision as well means that they want to go on that path to 3 Dragon Sacks once again.
Yeah, and we saw again Draw just pushing or just using his hammer to create another item. The uptime of this Ornn has just been unbelievable. Right, his efficiency to be on the map. Meanwhile, right, his counterpart Numel has to go back. Is one of the reasons why NGX is enjoying a small lead right now. You look at Aaron. It was not just Aaron. I think it was Demon Kai that was able to get like multiple plates here in the bot lane. That's one plate advantage that NGX is enjoying right now. Or I think 2 plates advantage. Yeah, 2 plates advantage, because on the top side, KT.RY was only able to get 1. Meanwhile, NGX was able to get 3 in the bot lane. And again, draw, hammer time. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it looks funny, but the impact that it has actually has it bigger than other people would expect, because since you don't have to go back into the base, you can just utilize the time that normally is used to go back into the
Hyde,
base
no,
into the lane
okay.
to do this stuff. But Hyde getting caught though is a little concerning. Only uses the slice and dice to back away. That is fortunate here for him. They want to contest this RH.
Yeah, and so Hyde, I believe, is still pretty much healthy to go for a dominance play and catch the squishy members off guard.
Jashi is going to be the target. Chain of Corruption used defensively as Nomel is trying to tank it for the team, but it's taking too much damage. Gets chased out by Draw as well. Lands the sword here by Retel to get that 1-for-1, but Hyde is just utilizing perfectly his position to prevent anyone from accessing this RH.
It's a 1-4-2. NGX was able to win that skirmish. Hyde was able to isolate Haku on the backside. Good job, Hyde. Again, that's the job of the Renekton, to try to find the squishing members on the backside and make sure that they won't be able to help at all. And again, that team fight was won by NGX. It started so wrong for NGX, because if you pay attention as to how the Chain of Corruption was used, it did not hit anyone. Imagine if it actually did hit a priority target. It could have spread like a virus on towards KT.RY. But again, NGX, Draw being at the forefront of everything, was even able to absorb a lot of the skills coming from KT.RY. NGX with a massive win on the top side.
Because they denied the RH, right, that they can just use into the mid lane. Plus, right now, since it's still the same situation in the Riverside, they can potentially just get double objectives. KT.RY cannot contest this, and they will get this Ice Dragon absolutely free. They have secured the tower into the mid lane. This is again an incredible start by Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, and as much as I want to really hype up KT.RY, there's really nothing I can hype up right now. Yeah, Numel is doing so well with his engages, but there's this X factor that is currently missing in their lineup right now. Call of the Forge God being used by Draw.
No one's gonna get hit. Numel still just backing away for the meantime. They have no business with Nigma Galaxy so far. They have to wait until Daw is ready for fighting, until Luna is set up with 3 items possibly. Because every time they try to fight, it's going to be in favor for Nigma Galaxy all the time.
Sure, I mean, you look at what is happening right now. 5-man squad from NGX on the top side.
No Call of the Forge God this time, but with 5 stacked in the top lane, the knock-up still massive. Force 2 members of KT.RY to actually flash away, but that will give the tower to Enigma Galaxy. They're happy with what they're getting because they're forcing KT.RY to always escape, to always flee from them.
Yeah, but faster with the tempo right now, punishing is KT.RY. They will be sending 3 people here in the mid lane, and I think this is enough to take down not just one tower in the bot lane, but also this important tower in the mid lane. So overall, net positive for KT.RY, some signs of life.
At least get something, salvage anything across the map. Buy some time for Luna to scale up. Haku is not yet being threatened that much yet in the backline so far, at least in the laning phase. Team fights, we haven't seen any impact from the Jhin just yet. Maybe a proactive curtain call can be used to isolate the members here of Enigma Galaxy, make them hesitate in engaging while Draw uses the Call of the Forge God. Good use by Luna to split push the top lane as well to secure at least a tower.
But NGX is just forcing the issue here in the bot lane.
Nomel is waiting for an opportunity, but it will be called off as Raw. Again, one use of his ult, everyone runs away.
For sure, right? Like if you ever get hit, the follow-up from all the members of NGX is there. But I believe it was just used to disengage to scare them off. So again, that's another flexibility of this Ornn pickup, right? Now you also have another way to disengage by calling the Forge God. It's just easy for you to scare off your opponent. And now you look at the gold lead. NGX is currently enjoying a small amount of gold lead, around 2k. But that could balloon soon enough if they ever win another team fight here. We all know the next objective is going to be the Infernal Dragon, and this Infernal Dragon is definitely a very juicy target for double marksman composition, which both the teams are currently employing right now.
I mean, we saw that happen in game number 1, right? As same gold lead by Enigma Galaxy, and then a team fight happened on the second dragon, and it ballooned to 5k. Nomel right now is taking too much damage, but Judge is the one to fall. The Chain of Corruption a little bit too late. KT.RY is demanding respect from Enigma Galaxy.
Yeah, well, it's just too hard. It's still hard to burst down a set, and we all know that with the help of the game maker you can get a lot of shields. Aaron is going to get dove here by Daw.
Force of Flash away will be safe, but that is a key summoner spell denied now for Aaron.
Yep, tempo being slowed down by KT.RY. Again, NGX is just thought that he had it, thought that he's damaged, plus Demon Kites is enough to burst down Nomel. But that is a good realization that this set is still very much tanky, especially in patch 4.2a. He's one of those champions that did really get buffed by a whole lot by Wild Rift, and so now NGX is just going to play patient. The objective to fight for is this next dragon. If this next dragon ever goes over to NGX, then we all know that the story of them pressuring the third dragon, win condition will definitely be there. But if you are KT.RY and if you are a fan of them, you want KT.RY to stabilize everything, and by securing this Infernal Dragon, that is the best way to do it.
But they did do it so far, neutralizing some of the gold lead that Enigma Galaxy earlier had, and now they are setting up some vision in this bottom side river. Props to Luna and Haku for doing the necessary damage, not being that much scared whenever Draw engages onto them, especially with Just G. But right now they need to be extra careful. Again, hide on the flanks is just pristine. They have spotted him out with a ward. Will be easily slicking away from them.
Yeah, he will be using the dice as well, which means that his Fury is less than 50. But Draw could get engaged here any moment. They were able to let the package expire, and that's a net positive for NGX. NGX was also able to secure this blue buff, and so if you're NGX, all you have to do is to just be careful of this. That pushes Nomel is now here, and we all know that the engage potential of Nomel set is just an absolute right now. Aaron?
Your curtain call. Gonna be used to repel.
Okay, Haku got hit.
Damage. Oh no, this is going to be really bad. Justy though is being chased away.
Wait.
That's a knock-up right there from the charge, but they took so much damage from Nomel, and now they need to be disengaging. Justy is still trying to tank it for the team. The damage is huge.
Haku flashing in.
Haku, he flashed in, but misses the damage to execute. Aaron is gonna get punished as well. Triple kill by Demon Kite. It's a disaster for KT.RY, but they're trying to get one more kill onto Draw. Luna as well, using the barrages to poke out Demon Kite. They might have lost the fight, fight, but at
Okay.
least they bought enough time to reset the dragon.
It's a 3-4-3. Daw's still alive, which means that the jungler could still threaten to take this down. We all know that the timers has just increased the current patch, and KT will survive with the net positive there. Haku flashing in was pushed by the dragon was a blunder in its own right. And KT will survive. I just don't think that there will be a contest here. There you go. The fight started with them engaging on Numel, and this is a concern that I have for them. I don't think that Numel was the priority target for them. Yeah, you can cancel out the shield using Renekton's upgraded second skill, but you cannot do that as an engager, right? Like you cannot really cancel out the shield right away because there's no shield to cancel immediately, right? And you have to invest your Rootless Predator right away. And now the scramble continues. You look at Haku. He wants to execute Aaron. Aaron's still left with 1 HP. He got pushed over by the dragon. And so you can easily say that this dragon is on NGX's side, maybe? DNK's damage was not enough to equalize on Luna. But looks like we have another fight.
Yeah, the showstopper gonna be denied.
Whoa,
No damage
Forge cut.
whatsoever to actually help hide. You close the distance even more. Enigma Galaxy, they need to back away, but they want to go in. That's a 2-man knock-up right there from Draw. The follow-up is also pristine. Aaron free hitting for days now, untouched as he is. And KT.RY starting to lose some members, but now the damage from Haku though needs to be respected. Luna is here as well, slowly creeping onto them. They're timing it right. The damage is high from Enigma Galaxy. Nonetheless, even if they lose some members, they're gonna be happy with what they got.
What a scramble. KT.RY is refusing to surrender this game, right? Like at this point, you can easily say that KT.RY is just waiting for the perfect opportunity to still win this. It's still winnable for both squads. KT.RY still was able to get a minor prize in getting that blue buff. I thought that that was a perfect fight for NGX. Turns out KT.RY still has enough bullets. We look into the state of the game. Luna is currently ahead of the pack right now, 3-0-3. Same can be said for Demon guys. So the battle between the Dragon Laners, which we highlighted prior this year starting, is starting to heat up in game number 2.
The main carries, the main damage dealers definitely are going to be them. But the platform has to be layered, and that's why we look at Draw and Numel so many times. The impact of Numel is tremendously high, especially with that Haymaker through damage onto the back line. And it's forcing Enigma Galaxy right now to start hesitating a bit. And that's a minor win here for KT.RY. Now they're able to just set up vision proactively more onto the map. And maybe just like the last dragon fight, maybe they can start turning things around and maybe be the one to actually get it.
At least now KT.RY does not have to face the threat of NGX securing 3 dragons in a row, right? We all know that the power of 3 dragons stacked onto one's team is just absurd right now, and it's definitely a win condition. And KT.RY denying the second dragon is a good for them. Now this Baron can easily be threatened by both the teams because we all know that since both of them are running double marksman composition, they can melt this Baron so fast.
I mean, in mere 10 seconds, right? The Baron is just gonna be shivering in fear, especially right now in this current meta. KT.RY holding the door so long right now and able to just keep up with the pressure of Enigma Galaxy is something to be respected for them. Keeping the gold below 2,000 all the time. And able to get such good angles into fights as well through Numel, providing so much protection for Haku too. Now they're trying to get onto high. That's good damage into the showstopper, but forces the slice and dice away. One more shot will be his demise. Forces the flash. They're gonna be fine with that.
Yeah, Hyde really tried to outplay it as much as he can, but the biggest misplay there is trying to traverse in dark areas in where Numel is there waiting to punish, and immediately he was able to get not just the flash but also the ult of this Renekton, which means that NGX has to be mindful in the next few minutes. Because if you're the Renekton, the most vital part of your combo is that flash. You won't be able to really reach the backline without that flash, and his task here is to get into the backline, be that nuisance against Haku, against Luna, just to make sure that they won't have an easy time to free hit in the backside things. And so if you're in high, you just have to do better.
Because Luna started to deal so much damage, right? This is a massively scaling champion of Quirky that can easily shred through the armor and the MR here of Nigma Galaxy. If Hyde is unsuccessful in any flank on any team fight, then that's gonna lead to the demise here of Nigma Galaxy. So now they're focusing on stabilizing their vision, at least on the objectives. They want to secure for sure the last dragon that is going to spawn here into the game, the last elemental Drake. KT.RY having really good stability on Haku as well. Props to this guy to think that he didn't have the best of time during their match against Team Flash, and in the game number 1 as well, he managed to improve, but right now he's looking very solid.
Yeah, no third dragon, because the third dragon is now the other dragon. I believe the supposed third dragon did despawn with the amount of time that it took KT.RY and NGX to secure that second one. It often happens in a competitive match because of how patient the teams are.
She might need to be very, very careful right now, but the damage that the Aatrox is taking is too high, and it's gonna be falling down. Big kill onto Daw. Luna as well is very low. Aaron flashing in, trying to lead the charge here, but has to really respect the damage coming in. Nomel, especially with the face breaker, forced to flash away. The damage is huge. The Corki is down, and they're not stopping. They're gonna get everyone from KT.RY.
It's a clean ace, and this is an end angle. Looks like that NGX is wrapping game number 2 in their favor as well. Giang, a 2-0 in favor of the Filipino team.
They found the perfect opportunity to strike, and they did not hesitate at all. Nigma Galaxy 2-0 right now in the series. Same time, but now KT.RY is on the brink of destruction.
This draft by NGX is just so hard to beat. The amount of engage and damage as well by this team is top-notch, and they are playing it